30 years. So I would like to get a win here and move on.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We're back here in Green Bay, and Jet Manning up to bat for the Bullfrogs. He swings at a second pitch he sees, and it's a base hit for the Mallards. Their first hit of the night. Jet Manning on base. The left fielder over at first now. That'll bring up Dave Bunnell, the second baseman. Bunnell last night for the Mallards had a solid night, as did really the entire team. Dave Bunnell last night managed 2 base hits and a hit by pitch. First pitch he sees. Finds outside corner of the plate, 0-1. On the mound for the Bullfrogs, Connor Wallersheim. Wallersheim out of Kent State University. The lefty. Delivers the 0-1. That one's low. Evens up the count, 1-1. Wallersheim this past year for the Golden Flashes had a solid season. Posted a 3.51 ERA, tallied 2 saves on the year in 15 games, 5 of which he started. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Connor managed 45 strikeouts through the season and posted 2 wins on the year, overall record 2-1. The year before that, just 8 starts, but managed a 3.1 ERA. He's been successful for Kent State. The 1-2. Right across the plate, strike 3. That'll go down as a backwards K, and it will be Wallersheim's first strikeout in a Bullfrogs uniform. Wallersheim played Legion ball close to here for the GRB Rays. If you're familiar with this Green Bay area, you've heard of that team. They've been successful. A couple of teammates that are on this roster that Wallersheim played. New batter up, Doran Turchin, the left fielder for the Mallards. First pitch he sees, outside corner, 0-1. Doran Turchin last night had an absolute day. Went 4 for 4, 6 RBIs. We come around to score 4 times. The first grand salami of the year for any team. The 0-1 pitch came across the wall. 1 out on the board. Jet Manning stands safely at first. Wallersheim delivers the 1-1. Down back to the next spot. Heading 1-2. Ball. A solid crowd here in Green Bay. Fans peppered on the right and left sides of the grandstands. Host families sit over on the third base line of the club seating. And the Lionies deck out in right field is relatively full, and of course the Floodline beach ball on the left side of the outfield. Check swing, throw back to first, and they got him caught in the middle. Pinner, will he make the tag? No, he will not. It will go down as a stolen base for the Mallards. Wow. They have him stuck between first and second. Alex Pinner's chasing down Jet Manning. Manning decides to go for second, slides in, and beats out the tag from the shortstop, Pleshner. Not what you want if you're a Bullfrogs fan after the night that happened last night. The pitch that comes across is a ball, so the count will move to 2-2. But a great move by catcher Shoemaker. I mean, they had the guy stranded before first and second, and it might be early, but you gotta just think back to the night last night, which did not go good for the Bullfrogs. Nothing seemed to go their way. But nonetheless, 1 out on the board, a 2-2 count, and now Manning on second after what will go down as a stolen base. Wallersheim checks him at second, comes home. 2-2 pitches low, brings it to a full count, 3-2. Doran Turchin was awarded the player of the night in the entirety of the Northwoods League for his night. Again, 4 for 4 with a grand slam. The payoff. Fouls back into the netting. Will stay at 3-2. Turchin out of Illinois University, the sophomore this past season, batted .275 and racked up 19 RBIs. Currently 9th in the Northwoods League for batting average. Wallace Shyam checks the runner at second, kicks his leg and delivers. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Doran Turchin goes down. He had previously been 4 for 4 facing off against the Bullfrogs, now 4 for 5 after the K. That's the second strikeout of the night for Wallace Shyam. So far here early, dealing nicely. Wallace Shyam back in his high school days was very good at tossing the Ks. 193 during his career. Grew up in Neenah, Wisconsin. First pitch that the new batter, Thomas Smart, sees comes across for a strike, 0-1. Thomas Smart plays for Oakton Community College, the freshman. This past season batted .424. The 0-1. Inside corner, 0-2. Smart falls behind. So 10 years have gone by since the Bullfrogs opened their gates here in Joe Annie Stadium. As murmurs of a new stadium will pass Town Hall here shortly. The 0-2 offering. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. Pleshner scoops it up, jumps over his teammate, throw to first. In time for the third out. What a play from Pleshner. Jumps over the third baseman for the Bullfrogs. Then Challey, a leaping throw over to first, and a nice stretch from Pinner grabs the third out. The Bullfrogs leave one stranded in scoring position. We'll move to the bottom of the first. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wisconsin. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
5, 4. Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're about to get on our way with the bottom of the first inning. The Bullfrogs all tied up with the Mallards 0-0. Of course, last night they dropped to the Mallards 20-1, which tied the franchise record for runs scored in a game by the Mallards, and it beat the franchise record for margin of victory at 19. The 19-1 margin of victory, the 20-1 rather margin of victory, 19 runs, goes down as the fifth largest margin of victory in Northwoods League history, which is tied for many other teams, but nonetheless it is fifth. So the Bullfrogs due up will be Brett Bautista and Aaron Pleshner. That's a duo that we've seen time and time again so far this season. The two of them have found themselves on the lineup card every single game. Granted, just 5 games into the year. But of the past 5 games, 4 of which they batted first and second. Brett Bautista's played some left field for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, but last night played center field and will be out there in center again this afternoon. As there's a new addition to this Green Bay lineup, Troy Johnston. Troy Johnston is in the hole for the Frogs. He's just coming off his season with Gonzaga University, came in today. First pitch Bautista sees, just a bit high and outside, 1-0. Troy Johnston, of course, had a solid season this past year for Gonzaga. I'm excited to see what he'll bring to this Bullfrogs lineup. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Brett Bautista, of course, out of San Jose State University, suffered through some injuries this past year and redshirted. Throw a pitch, swung on, fouled back into the backstop netting. A slight breeze here on this Sunday afternoon from left to right field. A gorgeous day for baseball, the first afternoon game of the season. Partly cloudy. Every once in a while, the clouds will find themselves in front of the sun and get a nice shade here in Joannes. 2-1 pitch is fouled away left side up and out of the stands. Brings the count even 2-2. But a great amount of fans have come out, likely rivaling the opening night numbers. 2-2 pitch, low in the dirt. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs on the board for the Frogs. They're tied up with the Mallards here in the bottom of the first. 0-0. On the bump for the Mallards, of course, is Schmidt, and Bautista cranks the payoff pitch out into right center field for the first hit of the day for the Bullfrogs. So off to a good start. That's what the Bullfrogs needed. Did not receive their first hit until the 3rd inning the other night, limited to 5 hits the entire evening. You might notice a new face over there by first base. That's the new coach, Mike Ramazzotti, coaching his first game in a Bullfrogs uniform in Joannes. Met up with the Bullfrogs in Kenosha between the series. Met us at the hotel and has been a nice addition to the squad ever since. Very high energy kind of guy. He's the director of baseball operations at San Diego University. Met with him yesterday before the game for a pregame interview, and he talked about how excited he was to spend his summer playing baseball every day. So there's not many opportunities where you get to play day in and day out. He looks forward to the experience. 0-1 count to Aaron Pleshner after he fouls one away into the backstop. Schmidt throws back to first, Bautista back safely. Aaron Pleshner, of course, teammates with Brett Bautista over at first. Pleshner, the San Jose State product himself. He stands back in. Schmidt checks the runner at first. Comes home. 0-2 pitch well outside. Looked like it was going to be a pickoff move for the Mallards. Bautista back safely. So 1-1 count. Schmidt glances over at first again. He's worried about Bautista. Bautista, a relatively stocky guy, deceivingly fast. He looks over at him one more time. And delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Pleshner. Moves the count to 1-2. Schmidt this past season played for Illinois University, the 5'9", 195 righty. Just finished up his freshman year. Not too far from here. Grew up in Heartland, Wisconsin. Bautista back safely after another pickoff attempt. This past season for the Fighting Illini posted a 5-2 record, which was good for the most wins on the team. 1-2 offering swung on, fly ball into right center field. Tracking back is the center fielder, and he makes the grab. First out up on the board for the Mallards. It was relatively easy out there for Doran Turchin, of course, who had that phenomenal game last night. And so that'll bring up Troy Johnston. Johnston, it's his first game in a Bullfrogs uniform. We'll see what he's got. This past season for Gonzaga University, had a good year. Batted .323 at a 413 on base percentage. And the outfielder did not record an error throughout the entire season. Bautista back safely for the 4th time here on the pickoff attempt over at first. So Troy Johnston stands in, the lefty. Crouches in his stance. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Misses it, 0-1. Troy Johnston, when I met up with him to get his headshot today, he was almost confused that he was playing. He asked, "Wait, I'm playing today?" I said, "Yeah, man, you're in the lineup." Got a big smile on his face and got ready. Stands in for the 0-1. The offering, swung on, fouled back into the backstop. 0-2. Troy Johnston, just a freshman, made the freshman WCC all-freshman team. Back in high school, was a conference batting champion. He's an athlete as well, played 3 years of football and 1 year of wrestling. Another pickoff attempt over at first. That's the 5th time here in this bottom first inning. Bullfrogs tied up with the Mallards 0-0. The 0-2 pitch. That's well inside and gets away from the catcher, and Bautista will easily jog over to second. Brock Weimer had no shot of even attempting to throw over to second, as he couldn't stop that one from getting past him. That'll move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and now the Bullfrogs with the runner in scoring position at second. Here in Green Bay, the dimensions sit 326 out in left field, 390 dead center, and 332 in right. That one gets away from Smith as well. It's well high for the second ball. That'll even things up 2-2. Advertisement line, the left and right field wall. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Troy Johnston will register a strikeout on his first at-bat in a Bullfrogs uniform. So that'll bring up Kyle Bino, the right fielder. Kyle Bino, really the bright spot on this Bullfrogs roster. He's been very successful at the plate for the Frogs. In 5 games, is batting .333 with 6 hits, 3 triples, a homer, and 2 RBIs. Both his RBIs coming off that homer back in a game against the Wisconsin Woodchucks in Wausau. First pitch he sees, swings at it, pops it up, taking off the helmet is the catcher for the Mallards. He's going to have a play on it, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out. So that will do it for the first inning. Kyle Bino pops foul in his first pitch that he saw. That'll do it after 1. We're all tied up 0-0. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Bullfrogs all tied up with the Madison Mallards 0-0. Each team has recorded a hit on the day. And due up for the Madison Mallards is Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., Brock Weimer, and Kean O'Brien. Jeffrey Mitchell, the right fielder today for the Mallards. Jeffrey Mitchell last night played in his first game in a Mallards uniform. What a way to start off your career as a Mallards. Batted .500, went 3 for 6. That's right, he had 6 at-bats last night as the Mallards just kept on rolling in hits. It was a sight to see. They would go on to post 24 hits on the evening. 3 of which were off of Mitchell's bat. He recorded an IBI in the game as well. And came around to score once. So he'll come in and get set for the Bullfrogs. The first pitch he sees from Wallersheim. Found a way right side out of the stands. Unfortunately, no fan will be able to grab that one, although a few go running for it. Again, a great crowd on this 105 matinee. 0-1 pitch, swung on, grounded to the first baseman. Pinner tosses it over to Wallersheim. He stomps on the bag with his right foot. Little fist bump, and grabs the first out. So that will bring up Brock Weimer, the catcher. Brock Weimer last night for the Mallards had a solid evening himself. So far in the season, he's posted 6 hits, batting .286. Fouls away the first one. The 0-1 offer. Swung on. Fouls that one away back to the backstop as well. So he steps back in. Wallersheim kicks his leg in, delivers, wasting no time. That one's high. 1-2. Brock Weimer out of SIUE. That one grounded to the third baseman, Challey, the throw to first in time. Nice squeeze by Alex Pinner over at first, and the Bullfrogs retire 2 batters here, both of which that they faced. So 2 outs up on the board. That'll bring up Kian O'Brien. O'Brien tonight playing first base. Nice play over there by the third baseman, Challey. Challey's had a solid season in this short season so far. I should say young season. Challey didn't get the start last night, but so far this year for the Bullfrogs has posted a .231 batting average. Has 3 hits on the year. And has came around to score once. Kian O'Brien fouls one away. The offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Bullfrogs drop the Mallards in order. 1, 2, 3. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this. Bullfrogs all tied up 0-0. You're listening to 1071 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Conto and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dolan at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. About to get underway with the bottom of the second inning. We're all knotted up at goose eggs 0-0. Both teams have recorded a hit on the early afternoon. And due up for the Bullfrogs will be David Mayberry, the designated hitter. Mayberry, a player that Chris Sebo is excited about. Mayberry, so far this season for the Bullfrogs, has just 2 hits on the year. Has recorded an RBI, has been walked twice, and hit by a pitch as well. So he's gotten on base his fair share. Mayberry out of Florida, one of the few players that Sabo had actually gotten to see play on this Bullfrogs roster in person. He was the only one, in fact. Mayberry this past season at Daytona State College had an absolute phenomenal season. Batted .359 on the season, which is good for the best on the team if you just go by batting average in college. So Smith's still in the mound for the Mallards. Mayberry swings at the first pitch he sees. Slices one out into right field, and it's an easy grab out there for the right fielder, Jeffrey Mitchell. So that will bring up Alex Pinner, who, if you tuned in on the first night of the season, on opening night, had a very solid day. Alex Pinner belted the first pitch he saw in a Bullfrogs uniform over the Pepsi sign out in right field for 2-run RBI, and the Frogs would never look back as they go on to win that game. Watch as the first pitch go by for a ball, 1-0. Alex Pinner, one of the best stories of any Bullfrogs, really. The 1-0 pitch swung on, found away left side. If you go on to the Bullfrogs program on bullfrogsprogram.com, excuse me, not Bulldogs, Bullfrogs, you'll be able to find his story. He swings at the 1-1 pitch, right to the first baseman, toss to Schmidt, and he stomps on the bag. Solid job covering by the pitcher. It was nearly an error by the first baseman over there for the Mallards, but he manages to collect himself, scoop it up, and a little underhand toss to the pitcher Smith for the second out. Keane O'Brien standing over at first for the Mallards. So that will bring up Ben Hart, the second baseman. Swings at the first pitch he sees, and it's a fly ball in shallow right field, and another easy play over there for Jeffrey. And the Bullfrogs go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We'll be back with the third after this. Bullfrogs all tied up, 0-0. You're listening to WOCO 1071, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Joanney Stadium. Bullfrogs all tied up with the Madison Mallards 0-0. Both teams have one hit on the evening, and it's still Connor Wallersheim on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Due up for the Madison Mallards is Cole Daly, the shortstop. On deck, Nick Schrader and Jet Manning in the hole. Cole Daly, yesterday, for the Mallards, had a solid day himself, as he had 3 base hits and would come around to score 3 times. Swings at the first pitch he sees, misses it, 0-1. Every single Mallards last night managed a base hit. That was in the starting lineup. The 0-1 pitch outside corner, 0-2. Cole Daly out of Notre Dame University of Notre Dame, rather. This past season posted a .244 batting average and 16 hits or 16 RBIs on the year out of Springfield, Illinois. Swings at the 1-2 pitch, pops it up left side. It's in foul territory. The third baseman tracking back is Challey. He gets underneath of it, sun in his eyes, but manages the out either way. So 1 out up on the board. That'll bring up Nick Schrader, the 9-hole hitter, playing designated hitter today for the Mallards. Schrader had a good day last night as well. He recorded a couple base hits in Madison. Of course, if you've never been to Madison, it might be worth a trip out there. It is an absolute amazing experience for summer collegiate baseball.
First pitch that Schrader sees finds the strike zone 0-1. They recorded over 6,000 fans last night. 6,000 in a summer collegiate game. Just absolute unbelievable night for baseball last night. So 1-1 count, 1 out on the board. That one's low in the dirt, 2-1. Of course, the Mallards are owned by Big Top Baseball, which owns the Green Bay Bullfrogs as well. So a battle of Big Top Baseball here this afternoon. Big Top Baseball, of course, owns the Wisconsin Rapids as well as the Kenosha Kingfish. The 3-1 offering, outside corner, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Mallards rank in the top 30 in attendance per year, as that one hits off the inside elbow of Nick Schrader. He'll get his free base over at first. But what I mean by that is that if you take all of minor league baseball, the Madison Mallards ranks in the top 30. That includes AAA teams, single A teams, double A teams. It's nearly unbelievable, the numbers that they post. They're 28th in attendance among all 303 minor league baseball teams. The first pitch that Jet Manning sees pops it up above Aaron Pleshner's head in shallow left center field, and he grabs it for the out. Second out of the top of the third here. Manning upset with himself. He threw the bat down in anger after seeing what he did. So that will bring up Cade Bunnell, the second baseman. Struck out watching his last time up. Madison Mallards come into the game with a 2-3 record. Of course, the Bullfrogs 1-4 on the season. Both teams came in the game last night on 3-game losing skids. The Mallards had lost to the Lakeshore Chinooks. Chinooks, 2 nights in a row at home. Cade Bunnell's first pitch he saw came by for a strike, 0-1. They split this series against the Fond du Lac Spiders, and of course beat the Bullfrogs last night, bringing them to 2-3 on the year. The 0-1 offering swung on and missed, 0-2. The Green Bay Bullfrogs, of course, looking for a win here. They've dropped their last 4 after beating the Wisconsin Woodchucks all the way back on opening night, dropping a game to them on the road, getting swept at Kenosha. Runner off from first. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Fouled back into the backstop netting. Then, of course, last night dropped the game to Madison. They're looking to split this series here. They travel out to Detroit, to Michigan, rather, to face off against Kalamazoo and Battle Creek on the road. That'll be a 4-game road streak as well. 0-2 pitch swung on line drive in left center field. Backing tracks the center fielder, Brett Bautista. He can't make the play. Rounding third now is Cole Daly, and he will come in to score for the Mallards. It'll be a double for Cade Bunnell, and the Madison Mallards on the board. It was an impressive diving effort from Bautista in center field, but just misses it. And the Mallards on the scoreboard now here early in the top of the third. They lead the Bullfrogs 1-0 with 2 outs on the board. Mallards aren't done. A runner in scoring position still at second. Now in Cade Bunnell as he gets the RBI double. Doran Turchin up to bat now for the Mallards. He struck out his last time up. First pitch he saw is outside for a ball, 1-0. Turchin stands in. Wallersheim on the bump for the Bullfrogs still. The kick and the delivery inside corner of the strike zone. Evens it up 1-1. It's the first time that Wallersheim has pitched for the Bullfrogs here in Game 6 of this season. Checks the runner at second and comes home. Outside for a ball, 2-1. With the
addition of Pendergast to the roster, who came in today. Jonathan Pendergast out of Pepperdine University. And so now every single pitcher here in Green Bay now are waiting on some positional players still in the NCAA tournament. Those players, of course, Tanner Poole, Alonzo Jones, Zahid Valenzuela. Their schools respectively are Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Cal State Fullerton. 3-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. That'll be the first walk of the day for Wallersheim after hitting Cole Daly earlier in this one. Daly, of course, came around to score for the Mallards. So that'll bring up Thomas Smart. Last time up, grounded out to Aaron Pleshner over at shortstop, who made that nifty play where he jumped over third baseman Challey and threw it over to first. Third baseman stands in. Wallersheim, the left-hander, looks at second and delivers. Swung on, found a way up and out of the stands. Above the home team's clubhouse here on the right side. There's some concessions back there as well. Team stores on the first base line as well. As the concourse is kind of expanded here in Green Bay, as they added some new lights here. Kind of opened up the ballpark a little bit. You don't have to walk around too many things anymore. Wallersheim steps off the bag and checks the runner at second. So 1 count here, 2 outs up on the board. Thomas Smart stands in for the Mallards. Wallersheim checks the runner at second and comes home. 0-1 pitch for a ball, evens it up 1-1. On the third base side, there's a huge inflatable. Includes with little bouncy house, and then there's also a zip line out there as well. All came off of the mind of owner of the Bullfrogs. Said he dreamt it. And if a ball ever goes over there, you'll see it out there behind third base. The 1-1 offering, swung on, fly ball right field. Tracking back is the right fielder, Mayberry, and he grabs it for the third out. That will do it for the top of the third. It'll be 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. The Mallards take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. We'll come back with the bottom of the third after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at O'Connell Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family. We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Madison Mallards have a 1-0 lead over the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Due up for the Green Bay Bullfrogs will be Ben Challey, Zach Shoemaker, and then Brett Bautista. Ben Challey so far this year for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, batting .231. He's got 3 hits on the year to go along with a run, and this is his 4th game played. So he steps in supporting the neon orange Franklin batting glove.
First pitch swung on, grounded straight to the shortstop, scoops it up cleanly to throw to first in time, beats Chalia by about a foot or two. So one out up on the board. That'll bring up Zach Shoemaker, the catcher. Zach Shoemaker still looking for his first hit on the year. He's 0 for 3 in a Bullfrogs uniform. If you're familiar with the Bullfrogs, you might be familiar with the Shoemaker name. Zach Shoemaker's brother, Marcus Shoemaker, played here this past season. Marcus Shoemaker was solid for the Bullfrogs as well. One of the best players, batted .292 and led the team in many stats. That one comes across for a ball and moves it to 1-1 with one out on the board. The 1-1 offering. Swung on, a high pop-up in the infield. Shortstop coming in on it to make the play, gets underneath of it, and it finally comes down. Cole Daly squeezes it for the second out. The 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. We're back up to the top of the lineup. That'll bring up Brett Bautista. Brett Bautista got the lone hit of the day for the Bullfrogs thus far. Bautista, the San Jose State product, stands in with a closed stance. Swings at the first one he sees off the end of his bat, foul, 0-1. So Brett Bautista, as mentioned, kind of had some injuries. Redshirted this past year. A 1 offering comes in outside, 1-1. So he comes to the Northwoods League and really has an opportunity to get back to playing. You know, you spend the whole season off of competitive play, you might lose some of your stuff. 1-1 pitch swung on, found away left side. Up and out of the stands here. So he can use the Northwoods League to really find himself again, get back in that groove, because back when he was healthy, Bautista was awesome. Back in 2015, led the San Jose State Spartans in RBIs, runs, and hits. Second on the team with batting average .297. As you watch one goes away for a ball, 2-2. Little lull in play as the bat boy runs back to the Green Bay Bullfrogs dugout. The 2-2. Swung on, line drive into right center field. Tracking towards the center fielder, and he'll make the play with his left hand. Wow, what a play there by the center fielder out there for the Mallards, Doran Turchin. And that will do it for the third. We're going to move to the fourth after this. Mallards lead 1-0. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brewpub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brewpub Pizza. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality. Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs. The Green Bay Bullfrogs trail the Madison Mallards 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. So far tonight, this afternoon rather, is going better than last night as the Bullfrogs dropped the game to the Mallards 20-1, which would go down as tying the franchise record for the Mallards for most runs scored and breaks the record for score differential. That score differential, which is 19 plus for the Mallards, will go down as the fifth largest score differential in Northwoods League baseball history. The wind here started to pick up in Green Bay. The flags out into center field are stretched all the way from left to right. And due up for the Madison Mallards is Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Watches the first one go by and breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. So far this afternoon for the Bullfrogs, it's been a solid day for the pitcher Wallersheim, as the 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 1-1. Wallersheim currently has 3 strikeouts on the early afternoon. The hefty cut at the 1-1 pitch. Mitchell misses it all, 1-2. 83 degrees out here in Wisconsin. Perfect weather for baseball. 1-2 pitch, just a bit high, 2-2. You can feel very comfortable with shorts or a t-shirt or a tank top, flip-flops. You can even throw on some jeans and probably feel comfortable out here. 2-2 pitch, swung on, grounded to Ben Hart at second. He drops it, but throws it to first in time anyway to get the out. That was close. Ben Hart, of course, the lone spotlight on this team last night for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. He was the Aurora Baycare player of the game for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, as he belted a home run into left field in the top of the 8th inning to keep the Bullfrogs from getting shut out. In fact, received an ovation from the Mallards fans. First pitch that Brock Weimer sees is inside for a ball, 1-0, 1 out on the board. 1-0 offering swung on high, pop up into shallow right field, tracking back is Ben Hart. They're looking around at each other. Now center fielder gets underneath of it, Brett Bautista, and he squeezes it. And that was up for a long time there. Nonetheless, 2 outs up on the board now. And due up for the Mallards is Kean O'Brien, the first baseman. O'Brien, his last time up, struck out. He's 0 for 1. Kean O'Brien watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. Kean O'Brien out of Madison College was teammates with Bullfrog Tiger Androwski. 1-0 pitch, swings at it. Ground ball to Aaron Pleschner at shortstop. The throw to first is in time, and we're flying through these innings. That'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th. After this, you're listening to 1071 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative, where many of the services are low-cost or no-cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecourt Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay. The Bullfrogs trail the Madison Mallards 1-0. Mallards have 2 hits on the day to the Bullfrogs 1, and due up for the Bullfrogs will be Aaron Pleschner. Aaron Pleschner flew out to center field his last time up, and he's had a solid short season on this young season for the Bullfrogs this year. Aaron Pleschner currently with a .250 batting average, has 5 hits on the year, a double, triple, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. He struck out 6 times so far this season. The shortstop will be competing for playing time with Zahid Valenzuela, who's playing shortstop for Cal State Fullerton in NCAA tournaments this season. And that's going to be an interesting battle for more playing time here on this roster, as both of these guys are very skilled. Zahid Valenzuela currently batting above .340 for Cal State Fullerton. The freshman leads this team in batting average and had a phenomenal night the other night in Cal State Fullerton's first tournament game. Pleschner watches the first one go by for a strike, 0-1. Aaron Pleschner this past season for San Jose State batted .279 and was second on the team in hits with 62. Swings at the 0-1 pitch, misses it. He was behind on that one, 0-2. Green Bay normally has a pitch speed counter, but it's been down for these first couple of games. Of course, just the second home game. Many more to come. 34 to be exact. 0-2 pitch comes inside for a ball in the dirt, 1-2. Schmidt still dealing for the Mallards. Schmidt rocks and delivers the 1-2. Swung on, pitch right back up the middle of the field. Shortstop makes a play on it, throw to first. It was in time, but the first baseman, Kean O'Brien, drops it. It was a solid play by the shortstop, Cole Daly, tracking all the way from his position at shortstop to the middle of the field to scoop it up cleanly, to throw to first in time, but O'Brien can't squeeze it, and Aaron Pleshner will get on base. It'll go down as a base hit. That'll bring up Troy Johnston for the second time this afternoon. Johnston struck out his first time up. His first day in a Bullfrogs uniform. First pitch he sees well outside. Troy Johnston traveling all the way across the country to play for the Bullfrogs. He's from Puyallup, Washington, I guess you would pronounce it. Of course, plays for Gonzaga University. 1-0 pitch outside for a ball, 2-0. He grew up going to Gonzaga. His grandparents lived right off of the campus. And so really the decision to go to Gonzaga was a no-brainer. 2-2 pitch well inside. Johnston has to scoot away from it. 3-0. Takes a little check swing. Stands back in. Johnson, the 5'11", 180 freshman. The lefty sits in. Payoff pitch. Finds the strike zone. Excuse me, not the payoff pitch, rather the 3-0 pitch. Finds the strike zone. 3-1. So 3-1 count here. No outs up on the board. Aaron Pleshner at first. Bullfrogs trail the Mallards 1-0. Picked off attempt over at first. Pleshner back safely. Bullfrogs just coming off of that 4-game road trip. Didn't go their way. Dropped all 4 games. They'll go on another 4-game road trip out to Michigan. Pleshner off from first. 3-1 offering is a ball. That'll be a walk, so it won't matter. Advances the runners. And so Johnston at first now. Pleshner at second. First time that Johnston's been on base in a Bullfrogs uniform here on his debut. And that'll bring up Kyle Vigneault. Vigneault fouled out his first time up to the catcher. Vigneault, as mentioned, probably the brightest spot on this roster for the Bullfrogs. Batting .333 on the young season. 6 hits to his name. Belted a 2-run shot over the left field wall in Wausau, which I think you have to mention is a very short stadium. Dimensions stay in the 200s throughout. First pitch he sees is inside for a ball, 1-0. Kyle Vigneault, Youngstown State product, right-hander, stands in. This past season, posted 28 RBIs. Swings at the 1-0 pitch. It's a fly ball into right field. Pleshner will tag up at second. It's an easy out. He'll take off for third, and he's going to get there easily. So the first run is standing just 90 feet away for the Bullfrogs. If they could tie things up here, it'd be good for them. Have currently been outscored 21-1 in the last 13 innings of play. So Kyle Vigneault will go down as a little sacrifice fly there, just, if you will, to bring Pleshner over to third. Troy Johnson will stay at second. So due up now for the Bullfrogs, David Mayberry, the Daytona State College product for the Falcons this past year, led the team in almost every statistical category. First pitch he sees outside for a ball, 1-0. He was an all-conference player, all-state player, and won a home run derby all the way back in high school down in Shalimar, Florida. Daytona State this past season made it to the junior college regionals. Johnson side slides back after Schmidt stepped off the mound. So 1-0 count here. 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Bullfrogs. They trail 1-0 here in the bottom, or rather the top bottom of the fourth. Schmidt will step off again, and Johnson will scamper back. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Mayberry so far batting 143 for the Bullfrogs. Has 2 hits on the year and an RBI. Been walked twice. He stands in. The righty. The offering. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Schmidt on the mound for the Mallards. Back in 2016 for his high school was the 2016 State Player of the Year. 2-1 offering, swung on and missed, evens up the count 2-2. Was an All-American Central Region preseason selection. Made the first team. All of his appearances this past year, they had Troy Johnston caught between 2 pitches. He's going to slide in safely. That'll go down as a stolen pitch, and Aaron Pleshner slides in safely at home. The Bullfrogs did a run on the board. Johnson's actually called out at second. Excuse me, I thought that he slid in underneath of the tag, but he did not. But Aaron Pleshner reads it perfectly, uses his speed, and gets the Bullfrogs on the board. They're tied up 1-1. So it'll go, the Bullfrogs sneak one on the Mallards and tie it up 1-1. The 2-2 pitch. Low in the dirt, moves to a full count. Bullfrogs really couldn't do anything much better there. Johnston, granted, was picked off at first, takes off for second, and is caught. But Pleshner reads it perfectly and slides in safely. The payoff. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. They'll make it a strikeout. A little confusing play there. Looked like it might have been outside, but that head came around, and it was the third strike. They will complete the play over at first. But nonetheless, Bullfrogs tie it up here in the fourth. We'll move to the top of the fifth. After this, it's all tied up 1-1. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne Stadium. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Bullfrogs all tied up with Green Bay 1-1. Both teams have 2 hits up on the board and no errors. Due up for the Madison Mallards here in the top of the 5th inning is Cole Daly, Nick Schrader, and Jet Manning. Bullfrogs score off Aaron Pleshner. Slided in home safely after the Mallards caught Troy Johnston in the middle of the bases between first and second. First pitch that Cole Daly sees is low for a ball, 1-0. Cole Daly out of Notre Dame swings at the 1-0 pitch, left side, just foul. Otherwise, that was going to be an easy double for Daly. Cole Daly out of Springfield, Illinois. This past season batted .244. And last summer actually spent his time with the Wisconsin Woodchucks, posting a .282 record. Batting average, rather. Out of high school was the number 2 shortstop in all of Illinois. Was an underclassman All-American and preseason All-American. Watches the 1-1 pitch go by, 2-1. Two-one offering. Finds the outside of the plate, 2-2. Daly disagrees with it, shakes his head. Two-two pitch, just misses the strike zone. Full count now, 3-2. The Mallards will travel out to Michigan themselves. They'll face off against Kalamazoo tomorrow and Tuesday. 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away back to the backstop. We'll stay at 3-2, no outs on the board. The payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wallersheim's 4th strikeout of the day. That'll bring up Nick Schrader, the designated hitter. Mallards had a 5-game homestand. This is their first game of the year on the road. And they'll play 3 in a row before having a 4-game homestand and then 4 on the road themselves. Green Bay more likely to be on the road here in this first month than at home, that's for sure. As you know, when pitches, or rather the first pitch that Nick Schrader sees is fouled away to the backstop, 0-1. Bullfrogs, of course, been on the road the past 4 days. Come home for 1 game at home here this afternoon. 0-1 pitch comes across for a strike, 0-2. And then they'll travel 4 games on the road again. 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back for the 3rd time. We'll stay at 0-2. The 0-2 offering from Wallersheim. Swung on, now it's fouled away as well. 4 in a row now.
And as a reminder, call your glass and door needs. Call Tri-City Glass and Door at 920-426.
Wallersheim gets set. Schrader stands in. The delivery. Check swing. Did he go around? No, they'll call it a ball. Did not go around. Appeal to the third base umpire down there. That moves it to 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 1 out up on the board. All tied up here, 1-1 in the top of the 5th. Wallersheim kicks in, delivers. That one finds the outside of the plate. Schrader actually agrees with that one, shakes his head that he wished he would have swung at that one. That's the 5th strikeout of the day for Wallersheim. The second backwards day. Wallersheim getting into a groove here early for Green Bay. Their pitching has struggled over the past road trip. Of course, pitching good at home. Jared Toby got the win all the way back on opening night. He pitched well. First pitch that Jeff Manning sees hit straight to Ben Challey over at third base. The throw to first is in time, and they'll retire Mallards in order, 1-2-3. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th inning. We're all tied up, 1-1. You're listening to 107.1, the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Your Green Bay Bullfrogs all tied up with the Madison Mallards 1-1. We're about to get underway with the bottom of the fifth inning, and it is still Ryan Schmidt on the mound for the Mallards. Ryan Schmidt, of course, the 5'9", 195 lefty for the Mallards. The Bullfrogs due up is Alex Pinner, as well as number 14, Ben Hart, the 6'7", 8 hitters. There's actually a new pitcher on the mound for the Mallards. Excuse me. It is number 16, Matt Horkey. Matt Horkey, this past season, pitched for UNC Charlotte. He's a junior. Lefty. So Schmidt's day is done for the Mallards. Really pitched a solid game. Just allowed 2 hits and 1 run. Swing and a miss from Alex Pinner, who's now up to bat for the Bullfrogs. Moves count to 0-1. Alex Pinner, as mentioned, the recent Mississippi State product, has traveled all over the United States playing baseball. 0-1 pitch comes across for a ball, 1-1. Alex Pinner, of course, out of Overland Parks, Kansas, played his JUCO ball in Arizona. 1-1 pitch comes across, swings at it, foul ball right field, and that'll land in the liney's deck and bounce into the parking lot. 1-1. Alex Pinner, of course, for the Fighting Artichokes down in Scottsdale, Arizona, batted .297 this past year. He's going to spend his summer here in Green Bay before traveling down to the south to play for Mississippi State. I mean, that's a kid chasing the dream right there. 1-2 pitch is low in the dirt, evens it up 2-2. He's a heavy hitter for the Artichokes as well. 11 home runs in both his sophomore and freshman seasons. Sent one over the Pepsi sign and right on opening night. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He'll take the long walk back to the dugout. That's the first strikeout up on the board for the new pitcher, Matt Horkey. Horkey, as mentioned, out of UNC Charlotte. The only North Carolinian on this Mallards roster. They do have a Chanticleer coming on their roster as well, of Coastal Carolina down in South Carolina. First pitch that Ben Hart sees comes across for a ball, 1-0. Ben Hart, of course, got the lone run of the game for the Frogs last night. And was your Aurora Baycare Medical Center player of the night. Takes a cut at the 1-0 pitch and misses it, 1-1. Ben Hart out of Oakland University. This past season, struggled a little bit, but had a good season last year. 1-1 offer. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ben Hart batted .197 this past year. But the year before last, batted .305, which was good, second best on the team, was the All-Horizon League second team for the Golden Grizzlies. Horkey delivers the 1-2. Just a bit low. That was close. Good pitch from Horkey, 2-2. You talk about that atmosphere last night for Madison. The Bullfrogs will go and play at Madison 3 more times this season. 2-2 pitch swung on line, driving left field, and that will be a base hit for Ben Hart. He continues his good play for the Bullfrogs. Coming into the game, Hart was batting .333, and with that base hit, that'll move it up just a little bit more. On the year, Ben Hart has 4 hits, a double, triple, and home run to go along with 2 walks. That'll bring up Ben Challey, the third baseman. Ben Challey grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. First pitch he sees, swings at it, pop fly into right center field. Tracking back is the center fielder, Doran Bunnell, and he'll grab it. It's actually Doran Turchin out there in center field. Of course, Cade Bunnell at second. So that'll bring up Zach Shoemaker, the catcher. He's still looking for his first hit in a Bullfrogs uniform. He's 0 for 4 in the Frogs uni. First pitch he sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. Ben Hart over at first base. His base hit is the third of the day for the Frogs. Zach Shoemaker plays for Lenore Ryan University in Hickory, North Carolina. Throw back to first. Ben Hart slides in safely. Shoemaker out of Colfax, North Carolina. For the Bears this past year, batted .149 in limited play. Just 12 games. Ben Hart off from first. A throw to second. In time. Ben Hart stares at the umpire as he runs away, disagrees with it. He'll walk back to the dugout, but nonetheless, the Mallards finish the top of the sixth. We'll move to the bottom of the sixth after this. Bullfrogs all tied up with Mallards 1-1. You're listening to 107.1, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you at the O'Connell Pharmacy? We would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Green Bay Bullfrogs all tied up with the Madison Mallards 1-1. 3 hits on the day for the Bullfrogs and 2 for the Mallards. Due up for the Madison Mallards will be
It was a tie.
Cade Bunnell, Doran Turchin, and Thomas Smart. Cade Bunnell so far on the day, his last time up, got the lone RBI of the evening after he got the double RBI. Cade Bunnell so far this season for the Mallards has posted some good records, some good numbers, I should say. He's got 4 hits to his name, 2 doubles, a home run, and 6 RBIs. First pitch that he sees is in the dirt, 1-0. Wallersheim still on the mound for the Frogs. There is a righty warming up in the bullpen. And there's also a new pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Mallards as well, as there's a righty out there. Next pitch he sees is a ball. The 2-0 offering, swing and a miss, strike 1. Take a look at some of the scores around the league. The Woodchucks trail the Fond du Lac Spiders 1-5. 2-1 pitch finds the outside corner. Evens it up 2-2. The Growlers over the Kingfish 6-0 here in the top of the 4th. Rochester Honkers tied up with Thunder Bay Border Cats 1-1. Swing and a miss at the 2-2. And that will be the first out. Another strikeout up on the board for Wallersheim. He's having a great game. That's his 6th strikeout of the day. playing phenomenally. So that will bring up Doran Turchin, who, of course, last night dropped jaws with a grand slam in the second. First pitch he sees is low and inside, 1-0. Doran Turchin, the Fighting Illini, batting .275 this past year. Flies one out in the right field, tracking back as the right fielder can't get there. That will be most likely a double for Turchin. In fact, it will be. Tracking back was the right fielder, Mayberry. Can't make a play on it. Everyone kind of held their breaths here in Green Bay, expecting some type of play to possibly be made by Mayberry, but can't handle it. Probably the best idea there not to dive for it, as he was close to the lining deck, about 5 feet away from getting out of the stadium. So it will go down as a double for Doran Turchin. That's the third hit of the day for the Mallards, and they now have a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Thomas Smart, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Wallersheim on the bump for the Frogs. Kicks and delivers right across the plate. Ball, must have been a bit high there. Could be an outside as well. As I sit almost behind a pole here in Joanne Stadium, right side of the press box. Wallersheim delivers the 1-0. Swung on, fouled back into the netting. Fans here giggle and laugh as they had all thrown their hands up, afraid that it's going to come hit them, but they're safe. There is a net here. It is 2017. The Mallards in their green unis, gray pants. The Bullfrogs in their pinstripes, green socks. The 1-1. Low in the dirt, 2-1. Thomas Smart batting for the Mallards here out of Oakton Community College. The freshman this past year is in a league of his own. Batted .424 with 4 homers and 53 RBIs this past season. Swings at the 2-2 pitch. It's popped up in shallow right field. Ben Hart's tracking for it, and he grabs it for the second out. Due up now for the Mallards will be Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. Jeffrey Mitchell, actually just his second day as a Mallard. Flew in yesterday, got the start for the Mallards. And had a solid day, as mentioned, batting .500 coming into the game. Granted, 6 at-bats only, but he posted 3 hits and an RBI. So he stands in. Jeffrey Mitchell out of California University. The Golden Bears. Just a sophomore. Swings at the first one, misses it. 0-1. So if you're not familiar with Big Top Baseball, I'm sure you'll hear it throughout the season, especially if you're in the South Division, as all 4 teams that Big Top owns is in the South Division. 0-1 pitch for a ball, 1-1. They own the Kenosha Kingfish, Rafters, Bullfrogs, and Mallards, all of which have posted great numbers under the Big Top Baseball franchise. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back in a similar position as the last one that was fouled back this way. 1-2. The Kingfish this past season had a great year. 33 sellouts. They averaged 2,600 fans just about. The third highest attendance of any summer collegiate baseball team in the nation. Of course, the first one being the Mallards. Runner takes off from second, and he will get to third, as that one must have hit Mitchell there. They're going to bring him back. Umpire says, no, you didn't get hit. Come on back here. But it does advance the runner over to third. The ball and strike count has changed on the scoreboard out there. If I'm not mistaken, it is 2-2. 2 outs on the board. Now runner 90 feet away from taking the lead for the Mallards. And Doran Turchin, as he gets by on a wild pitch.
And then you look at the Wisconsin Rafters, and they're the smallest Northwoods League market, but they're 8th in attendance. There's 20 teams in the league. So they're having success down there as well. 2-2 pitch swung on, grounded up the middle of the field. Pleshner fields it cleanly, throw to first in time for the third out, and that will do it for the 6th inning. We will move to the 7th. After this, you're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Rolling.
Very nice.
Dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6. And we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello, welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs. About to get underway with the bottom of the 6th. I think I said that we're going to move to the 7th. Obviously, we're not. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. You got to give me some kind of credit here. Been on the road the past 4 days, and the Bullfrogs, normally when they're on defense, it's in the bottom half of the inning. But they're at home here. We're in Joanne Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, for a good crowd here. Fans have enjoyed themselves. Everyone's smiling, having a few brews on this Sunday afternoon before they have to go back to work on Monday for the early 105 first pitch. I like the 105. The only downside is probably the away team doesn't like it much. So you finish up your game, you get home, you sleep, and then you got to wake up early to come out, get ready for batting practice, have your pregame meal and whatnot. But for the Bullfrogs, they came back, got some sleep last night, came up to the stadium this morning around 10 o'clock. And after the game's over, they're going to have all evening to rest up for the big road trip to Battle Creek and Kalamazoo, where we have a forecast. Battle Creek, Michigan, will be mostly sunny, high of 74 tomorrow, and Tuesday will be a slight chance of showers, high of 67. That's your Nolan's travel weather forecast, courtesy of WOCO Radio 107.1. So new pitcher on the mound for the Mallards here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is number 36, Dom Savino. Dom Savino, actually a new addition to this Mallards roster. I spoke with the broadcaster for the Mallards, and he talked about how he's kind of one of those guys that, just kind of showed up, doesn't really know anyone else on the team yet, because obviously he's only been here for 2 days, came in yesterday. So he's kind of the odd man out. That's what happens when you show up a little bit later than everyone else. He's from Albany University. Zach Shoemaker up to bat for the Frogs. Watches the first one go by for a ball. The 1-0 offering. Swung on. Chopper to the second baseman. Cleans it field cleanly. Throws it to first. And he drops it. That will go down as an E3. Kean O'Brien had the first out in his glove and what looked like closed it too early. And now, just like that, Zach Shoemaker has on base for the first time in a Bullfrogs uniform after he reaches on error. That'll bring up Brett Bautista back up to the top of the lineup. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Got a base hit his first time up. Swings at the first pitch he sees. That's a chopper to second base, and that gets past him. Rounding second is Shoemaker. Now he's between the bases, and they could have had him caught there. Shoemaker thought that he was going to be able to make it to third. Realizes that Sabo told him to stop. Stops in his tracks and scampers back safely. No harm done. If the Mallards center fielder there, Turchin, might have been paying a little more attention, he might have had the out at second. But disaster avoided. There's another pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Mallards, it's a lefty out there as they've cycled through their bullpen here. Still a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Frogs. First pitch that Aaron Pleschner swings. It drops for a base hit. Wow, look at that. And they're going to leave Shoemaker at third as well. That was right in that Bermuda Triangle between the center fielder, right fielder, and second baseman Cade Bunnell. Looked like Jeffrey Mitchell over in right field might be able to make a play on it, but it just falls right between them. It was a little blooper. I had almost wrote it off as an out on the board, and so had all of the base runners for the Frogs. They kind of stopped right in their tracks. They were going to tag up and possibly tag up and go to second. Then they realized, oh, man, I got to get over to my next base. And sure enough, bases loaded, no outs on the board, and Troy Johnston's up to bat for the Frogs. First pitch he sees is low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bullfrogs all tied up with Madison, 1-1. The delivery. Swung on, line drive into right field. That's going back to the warning track. Bounces one time and off the wall. Zach Shoemaker will come in to score. They're going to send in all 3 runners. Bautista will score, and so will Aaron Pleschner. It'll be a 3 RBI double for Troy Johnston on his debut here in Green Bay. The Gonzaga product squares in for the 1-0 pinch and sends a belting line drive, frozen roping the dead center field. It bounces one time on the warning track and gets stuck over there in the corner. And the center fielder, Doran Turchin, had no play on it, just over his glove. And it's a stand-up 3 RBI double for Troy Johnston. That'll bring up Kyle Bino. The Bullfrogs aren't done. There's still no outs on the board, and there's a runner in scoring position. First pitch that Bino sees comes across for a ball, 1-0. What a hit from Troy Johnston. What a way to start your timeout as a Bullfrog as well. I got on bases last time up due to a walk. And then the next one sends a belting frozen rope out into center field. 1-0 pitch comes across for a strike, 1-1. And so the Bullfrogs stringing together some hits here. They're now up to 6 on the game here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So Shoemaker would come in to score. Brett Bautista would come in to score, and so would Aaron Pleschner. In fact, Aaron Pleschner on the heels of Bautista. Pleschner, the speedy shortstop, catches up with his San Jose State teammate, and they both stomp on home plate to take a 4-1 lead. Breaking ball down low, evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs on the board. Troy Johnston over at second. So Bino stands in. Bullfrogs lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. Low and inside. That'll move to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Solid job from Weimer there to stop that one from getting behind him. As mentioned, a left-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Mallards. Dom Savino on the mound, of course, this inning for the Mallards. The payoff pitch, swung on. It's a slow chopper to the third baseman, cleans it, fields it cleanly, throws it over to O'Brien at first, and that's the first out on the board for the Mallards. It's good enough to move Troy Johnston over to third, and the Bullfrogs now 90 feet away from extending their lead. They lead 4-1. So that will bring up David Mayberry, 0 for 2 on the night, struck out his last time up. Savino, the third pitcher to come in this afternoon for the Mallards. First pitch that Mayberry sees comes across the plate, fastball, 0-1. After Horky came in and pitched solidly. Pitched 1 inning, allowed just 1 hit, and had a strikeout. Faced just 3 batters. Put him down in order, but the Mallards pitching staff decides to bring in Savino for his first time. 1-1 pitch, swung on. The chopper Spinner right back to the pitcher to throw to first in time for the second out. Troy Johnson can't do anything but stand over at third. That'll bring up Alex Pinner. Off the bat, it looked like maybe it had hit foul, but it just dribbles into play. And Savino scoops it up and has a nice little toss over to first base to O'Brien, who squeezes it for the second out. So Alex Pinner stands in now for the Frogs. Swings at the first pitch he sees, misses it, 0-1. Alex Pinner, of course, came in the game batting just 154. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball well outside. That one got away from Savino. In fact, taps himself on the chest almost to say, my bad, to catcher Weimer. Savino rocks and delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Pinner. 1-2. 2 outs. Troy Johnson stands over at third. Bullfrogs lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2. Well outside. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. 2 outs on the board. Troy Johnston, who's wearing the number 2, stands over at third. The 2-2 offering. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. And Alex Pinner will go down, stranding Johnston over at third. And that'll be a K on the board for Savino. But not before the Bullfrogs put 3 runs across and take a 4-1 lead. You're listening to WOCO 107.1, the Bullfrogs Radio Network. We'll be back with the 7th.
Have you discovered the privileges of membership? NEW Credit Union is a full-service, member-owned financial cooperative where many of the services are low cost or no cost. NEW Credit Union offers a full range of financial management products, including savings, share draft checking, consumer, auto, recreational vehicle, and home loans, as well as financial counseling resources. Offices are located at 301 Jackson Street, O'Connell Falls, 405 Pecourt Street, O'Connell, and 717 East Main Street, Surrey. Online at newcu.org. We also have easy member account access with your smartphone through our mobile money app. NEW Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration and is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties. Members matter most at NEW Credit Union, where we can help you own it.
5 seconds. Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs, and your Green Bay Bullfrogs are leading the Madison Mallards 4-1 here. We're about to get underway with the top of the 7th inning, and new pitcher on the mound for the Bullfrogs. It's Darren Kelly. Darren Kelly, so far this season for the Bullfrogs, has fared pretty well. This will be his 2nd appearance in a Bullfrogs game, as Darren Kelly came in to close things out in the 8th inning for the Frogs, back on opening night. Pitched 2 innings for the Bullfrogs. Pitched 3 innings for the Bullfrogs, allowed just 1 hit, and had 2 strikeouts on the evening for a 0.00 ERA. Due up for the Madison Mallards will be Brock Weimer, Kean O'Brien, and Cole Daly, the shortstop. First pitch, Darren Kelly throws, runs high, fastball, 1-0. Brock Weimer on the night, 0 for 2. Flew out to center field his last time up. Swings at the 1-0 pitch. It's a high pop-up in foul territory. Shoemaker trying to get there. Does he? He does make the play. Wow. It gets in his eyes. He tries to grab it, almost squeezes his glove too early. The ball settles on top of his glove, opens it back up, and it falls back into it for the out. He falls on his bottom, and you can see a huge sigh of relief from the catcher. So first out up on the board, that'll bring up Kean O'Brien. O'Brien 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch he sees. Fastball, runs high, 1-0. No called strike, 0-1. Swings at the 0-1 pitch. Another high pop-up. This one in the infield. Ben Hart tracks underneath of it and squeezes it for the second out. So 4 pitches thrown, 2 outs on the board, and 2 batters retired. That'll bring up Cole Daly, the shortstop. Cole Daly, 0 for 2 on the night, struck out his last time up in the bottom of the 5th. Excuse me, the top of the 5th. First pitch that he sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. Cole Daly stands in. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled away, up and away. The Bullfrogs trailed early. They went down 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. The Frogs would respond with a run in their own in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a belting line drive out in the left field. Base hits there for Cole Daly. Nothing that Troy Johnson could do out there in left field. Picks it up on the first bounce and throws it in. 4th hit of the night for the Mallards. To the Bullfrogs, 6. 1 error up on the board for the Mallards, none for the Bullfrogs. That'll bring up Nick Schrader, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1 on the night, struck out looking in the top of the 5th, rather, and was hit by a pitch would come around to score in the 3rd. The lone run of the day for the Mallards. Watches the first one go by for a strike, 0-1. Darren Kelly takes a deep breath and delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Cole Daly out of Notre Dame, as mentioned this past year, played for the Woodchucks, decided, you know what, I liked playing in Madison. I'm going to check out what it's like to play for the Mallards. And sure enough, here he is. There's a couple players on this Mallards roster that's played for different Northwoods League teams. The 0-2 offerings outside for a ball, 1-2. The Bullfrogs, of course, with just one player that's played in the Northwoods League, and it's Brad Hamilton. He played for the Bullfrogs this past season. Brad Hamilton was on the Dash Lido's hot seat today. You can check that video out on YouTube or on the Facebook page for the Bullfrogs or the Twitter page. You can follow along for by-inning updates on the Twitter page as well at GB Bullfrogs. That's at GB Bullfrogs. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at first here in the top of the 7th. Darren Kelly takes a deep breath and delivers the 2-2. Breaking ball just inside. Great pitch from Darren Kelly. That would have had my knees buckling. Nonetheless, it brings the count to 3-2. And Darren Kelly, after throwing the pitch, actually puts his hands on his hips. He wanted the backwards K there. Takes a gander over at the runner at first. Stands in, takes the deep breath, knocks his head and delivers. Runner off from first. It doesn't matter. He finally gets that strikeout that he thought that he deserved, and that will do it for the top of the 7th. We'll move it to the bottom of the 7th after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Do you need help organizing your medications? Stop in to see us at the O'Connell Pharmacy about our monthly bubble packing system. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium. Miller Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Bullfrogs lead the Madison Mallards 4-1 here. They have 6 hits, no errors, and the Mallards have posted 4 hits and 1 error on the board. As we will step away for a performance.
Let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair.
is sponsored by
Hello, welcome back to Green Bay. That was a great performance of God Bless America here on this Sunday afternoon. About to get underway with the bottom of the seventh. The Green Bay Bullfrogs lead the Madison Mallards 4-1 here. New pitcher on the mound for the Mallards. The fourth pitcher of the night, actually, for the Mallards. It's number 27, JT Backshaw. That's JT Backshaw. Mallards going deep in their bullpen here tonight, as Savino's night is done after allowing 3 hits and 2 earned runs and 1 innings pitched. We'll see what Backshaw has for the Frogs tonight, or rather the Mallards tonight, as they trail the Bullfrogs 4-1. 6 hits on the night for the Frogs, 4 hits for Madison. Due up for your Green Bay Bullfrogs is Ben Hart, Ben Shalley, and Zach Shoemaker. Zach Shoemaker, of course, got things started in the bottom of the 6th this past time off of an error that really started the game, started the run for the Frogs. Reached on error, he would come around to score. Brett Bautista would move him forward. He would come around to score. Aaron Pleschner would get a base hit, load the bases, and he would come around to score. And they all scored off of the Troy Johnston double. Take a look at the scores around the league. Woodchucks trail the Dock Spiders in the top of the 5th. Growlers lead the Kingfish in the top of the 6th. First pitch that Ben Hart sees, watch it hit the dirt by his feet, 1-0. The Honkers trail the Thundercats in the bottom of the 4th, and the Stingers and Duluth Huskies are about to get underway in Duluth. The 1-0 offering swung on, found away left side. 1-1. JT Backshaw out of Western Illinois University. This is his second appearance in a Mallards uniform. He's pitched 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, and walked 2. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-1. He's got a 4.50 ERA as he pitched in the 13-0 loss against Lakeshore on the 1st. The 2-1. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. That'll move the count to 3-1. No outs on the board here for Ben Hart, the Oakland University product. Ben Hart, of course, as mentioned, the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Night last night after belting a home run over the left field wall. Really the only bright spot last night for the Frogs. Swings at the 3-1 pitch, fouls away left side, bounces off the netting over there by the dugout of the Mallards. So full count here for Ben Hart. No outs up on the board. On deck for the Frogs is Ben Shalley. Ben Shalley 0 for 2 on the night. Ben Hart 1 for 2 on the night. He managed a base hit in the bottom of the 4th, but was caught stealing later on in that inning. The payoff. That's well inside and low. Ball 4. Ben Hart will get on base to get things going here in the bottom of the 7th for the Bullfrogs. That'll bring up Ben Shalley, the third baseman. Ben Shalley, one of those players on a conditional contract for the Bullfrogs, trying to prove his worth at a UW Milwaukee. For the Panthers this past year, played well, batted .327 in 46 games, had 56 hits, 23 RBIs. Awaits the first pitch, watches it go by low, 1-0. Ben Shalley comes in the game for the Bullfrogs, batting .231. Backshaw chucks the one at first and delivers the 1-0. That's low and outside, 2-0. Backshaw, one of a couple Western Illinois products on this Mallards roster. They have 3 pitchers for Western Illinois, and well as Nick Schrader, their catcher. That one swung on, fouled back in the backstop, and rolls over to the bullpen for
the Mallards. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for either teams. Of course, Darren Kelly keeping his arm fresh over near the Liney's deck in the Bullfrogs bullpen. 2 balls, 1 count here for Ben Challey. Ben Hart stands at first. The 2-1 swung on, line drive left side. That'll escape into the outfield and be a base hit for Ben Challey, his first of the day. So that will bring up the 9-hole hitter, Zach Shoemaker. Zach Shoemaker 0 for 1 on the day, got on base due to an error his last time. So he stands in. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. Rather, Shoemaker 0 for 2 on the day. Still looking for his first hit in a Bullfrogs uniform. Himself and Green Bay native Trent Bauer, the only 2 players for Green Bay not to record a hit this season. As he watches the next one go by for a ball as well. 2-0, no outs here. Bottom of the 7th inning, Bullfrogs lead 4-1. They lead in the hits category 7-4. Here in the Battle of Big Top Baseball. Green Bay was bought by Big Top Baseball very recently. About 3 years ago is when the team was purchased by Big Top Baseball. And they've set franchise records for attendance every game. That one swung on, ground to the third baseman, attempt for the double play, and they will get it as well. It was scooped up by Thomas Smart. He tossed it over to Cade Bunnell at second, and he threw one over to Kean O'Brien at first for a 6-4-3 double play. That'll bring up Brett Bautista. It is good enough to advance Ben Hart over to second. So if Bautista can manage a hit here, they'll likely score a run for the Frogs. Swings to the first pitch he sees, chops it away left side. 0-1. So Zach Shoemaker hits into the 5-4-3 double play. He's still looking for his first base hit. 0-1 pitch low and in the dirt. Solid job there from Wyman to keep that one from getting behind him. He has to almost do an up-down, if you will, to stop it from getting behind him. If you're not familiar with the Green Bay Bullfrogs, they're coached by Chris Sabo. Of course, 3-time All-Stars for the Cincinnati Reds. 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled up left side. Is it in play? No. Just falls foul over. I think it hit actually off of the top of the dugout for Madison. Sabo was a Rookie of the Year back in 1998. Got the nickname Spuds from the hit king Pete Rose, who was field manager of the Reds at the time. Because if you're familiar with Sabo, he used to wear the rec specs back in the day. The hit king said that it reminded him of Spuds McKenzie, the old dog in the Bud Light commercial. That one grounded to the shortstop. Daly scoops it up cleanly, throws it at first, and it's in time. Beats Brett Bautista by about a step or two. Bautista kind of came up at the end of the play, put his hand back on the back of his hamstring there. Hopefully he's okay. You hate to see that. But nonetheless, that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. We're going to move to the bottom of the 7th. The Bullfrogs lead the Madison Mallards 4-1. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's what I will do. Greg Anderson at Amerinet, 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs, about to get underway with the 8th inning. The Bullfrog leads the Madison Mallards 4-1. So far, they have played phenomenally. And if anyone told you that last night they lost this team 20-1, you wouldn't believe it. Jet Manning up to bat now for the Mallards. First pitch he sees outside for a ball, 1-0. So back up at the top of the lineup for the Mallards. Due up is the 1-2-3 hitters, Jet Manning, Cade Bunnell, and Doran Turchin. And a ball gets into the field of play as it rolls in from the dugout. We've seen that happen here a few times in Green Bay as the bullpens sit about 10 yards from the field of play left and right field down the third and first base line. 1-1 pitch, or rather the 1-0 pitch comes across for a strike, 1-1. No outs on the board. The 1-1. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch from Kelly, 1-2. Kelly had some troubles with his pants on the road. 1-2 pitch outside for a ball, evens it up 2-2. He couldn't find the right pair that fit him. He had one that broke on him. So he went and got some of his own, realized that it wasn't Rawlings brand, so he had to go bring them back. 2-2 pitch outside, 3-2. Finally, some new pants came in for him, and you wouldn't believe how thankful anyone has ever been for pants. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Darren Kelly dealing out there on the mound for the Frogs. So first down up on the board, that'll bring up Cade Bunnell. I think that I'm going to take credit for that strikeout, as I found him a new pair of pants, and I'd never seen anyone been so thankful in my life. And the fact that they were over pants, you wouldn't believe it. Cade Bunnell watching the first one go outside for a ball, 1-0. Granted, those were the Grays. He's wearing the pinstripes tonight. Takes a deep breath, then delivers the 1-0. Fouled off, right side. The ball boy will run out and get that one. 1-1, 1 out on the board. Cade Bunnell up to bat, of course, for the Mallards. 1 for 3 on the night with 2 strikeouts. He managed the RBI double for the Mallards, their lone run of the evening. As we approach 3 o'clock time. Takes a hefty swing at the 1-1 pitch right side, but its fall lands in the parking lot over in right field. Took a big bounce, so no harm done there. But Tri-City Glass will help you out with that if it does break your windshield. The 1-2 offering. Breaking ball inside. Solid pitch. Just a lot of movement on it. 9-6 breaking ball. Brings it count to 2-2. The offering. Swung on. Grounded to Ben Hart at second. He fields it. Takes a little stutter step. Throws it to first. And gets the second out. That'll bring up Doran Turchin, the center fielder. Of course, Turchin last night, the Northwoods League player of the night, after going 4 for 4 with a grand slam and 6 RBIs. So far tonight, 1 for 2. Got a double his last time up. Fouls away the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Tonight's nonprofit organization of the night will be the Boys and Girls Club. As the 0-1 offering comes across for a strike, 0-2, swing and a miss. As they are responsible for the away uniforms, the alternatives. 0-1 pitch, just outside. Nearly another strikeout for Darren Kelly. 1-2. Nicollet National Bank, real people, real conversations. And a beautiful breaking ball leaves Doran Turchin stunned. Another strikeout on the board for Darren Kelly. That'll do it for the top of the 8th. We'll move to the bottom after this. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6. And we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality. Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium. Nolan Knight here, voice of the Bullfrogs. Your Bullfrogs lead the Mallards 4-1. 7 hits on the day for the Frogs, 4 for the Mallards. Aaron Plesner up to bat for the Bullfrogs. On deck will be Troy Johnston, and Kyle Bino is in the hole. Aaron Plesner 2 for 3 on the night. Came around to score in the bottom of the 6th and was stranded at third, or rather came around to score in the bottom of the 4th as well. Fouls away the first one, he sees right side. 0-1. He was the spotlight there. He tied things up in the bottom of the 4th. Troy Johnson got caught between the bases, and while the Mallards were trying to get him out, he's very sneakily scampered on home, slid in safely. There was no play from the catcher, Weimer, either. Throw wasn't on time. Plesner shut off his speed. Watches one go by for a ball. 1-1, no outs on the board here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're approaching 2 hours worth of play, and already in the bottom of the 8th, this game has flown by. 1-1 pitch, well inside. Plesner leans away from it. 2-1. If you're just joining us, the Mallards took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 3rd off of a double RBI from Cade Bunnell. Of course, Plesner would slide in safely at home while the Mallards were trying to get Troy Johnson out between first and second. And then a 3 RBI double from Troy Johnston in the bottom of the 6th brings us to where we are now, 4-1. 3-1 count. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Mallards as he tosses his 4th ball to Aaron Plesner. As the Bullfrogs now have a runner on first after the walk is Davis Moore. Davis Moore out of Fresno State, just finished up his freshman year. A tall, lengthy guy, 6'4", 200. First pitch that he throws to Troy Johnson is outside, 1-0. Johnson, of course, last time up, gave the Bullfrogs their lead with a 3 RBI double in deep center field, which bounced off the warning track. Likely would have been out of here if it would have been in right or left field. The 1-0, outside, 2-0. Troy Johnson out of Gonzaga University. Gonzaga is on where you're from, but they pronounce it Gonzaga. However, when you watch SportsCenter and whatnot, I think they put the gun on it. Nonetheless, 1 ball, 2 strikes here. No outs up on the board for Troy Johnston. Aaron Pleschner will take his lead over at first. Johnson stands in. Chuck swings his lumber, puts it on his shoulder, and awaits. Pleschner off from first. A throw to second is not going to be on time. Pleschner will slide in safely. That'll be a stolen base for Aaron Pleschner. That's his second of the season. Aaron Pleschner, that speedy batter from San Jose State University, as our official attendance here, 1,700 in Green Bay. So right in scoring position here, 1 out on the board. Kyle Bino up to bat now after it was a strike him out by Troy Johnston. Sabo is running over to talk with the home plate umpire. I don't think that he thought that there was 2 strikes on Troy Johnston. He's disagreeing with something. This is the first time that we've seen him get dramatic at all with the umpires. He's really pleading his case here. I mean, he can't believe it. He's upset. He's walking back over to third base. Really a laid-back guy as well if you talk to him. Are they calling Aaron Pleschner out? They are. I don't understand how that's possible. How but there's going to be 2 outs on the board. They called Aaron Pleschner out at second. If we get a update on what happened, we will. The ball traveled out into center field. I don't really understand how that's possible. The fans here are noticeably upset, as you would be if you saw your runner get called out at second. But something was upset, as that's what they're going to go with. There must be something that we're not aware of here in the stands. First pitch that Bino sees is low and in the dirt, 1-0. So 2 outs on the board, and it won't be a stolen base for Aaron Pleschner. 1-0 pitch comes across for a ball, 2-0. Sabo's still frustrated over there on the third base side, hands on hips, scowling. But Kyle Bino stands in. He's looking for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 3. The 2-0 offering runs high. 3 pitches in a row here, all for balls. Davis Moore, so far this season for the Mallards, has appeared in 1 game, pitched 1 inning, and had 1 strikeout. Tosses 4 straight balls to Kyle Bino, and Bino gets on base for the first time tonight. I think we're going to go down with caught stealing on Aaron Pleschner, is what will probably go down in the record books, despite the fact that the ball dribbled into center field. That'll bring up David Mayberry. He's 0 for 3 on the night. He's looking for his first hit of the evening. And Troy Johnston was called strike 3 before Kyle Bino. So it'll go down as a strike him out, throw him out for the Mallards. That's their 2 outs up on the board. David Mayberry watches one go by for a strike. The last 4 pitches out of Moore's hand have been balls. Throw back to first. Bino back safely. As mentioned, this game moving along. The other games that started at 105 are in the bottom of the 6th, bottom of the 5th, and top of the 6th. We're here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 pitch inside. The last 6 pitches now have been balls. 2-0. So Mayberry stands in, the righty. The 2-0 pitch inside, ball 3. Moore trying to find the strike zone here. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. Bullfrogs travel out to Battle Creek tomorrow to face off in a series against the Bombers, who are facing off against the Rivets right now. And so 8 pitches have been thrown to the past 2 Green Bay Bullfrogs, and all of which have gone for balls. So Mayberry gets on base for the first time this evening after getting walked, and that'll bring up Alex Pinner. Pinner's looking for his first base hit on the night as well. He's 0 for 3. Struck out his last 2 times up. Pinner gave the Bullfrogs their lead on opening day. And one of his only 2 hits of the night. Back on opening day is the only night that he managed hits for the Frogs, as he's 2 for 13, 154 batting average. On opening night, he managed 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a home run. That's been walked 4 times since. So 2 runners on here with 2 outs on the board for the Bullfrogs in the bottom of the 8th. Davis Moore on the mound for the Mallards, trying to get something going. He's struggling to find the strike zone. That's his 9th straight ball. Solid job by Brock Weimer there just to keep that one from getting behind him. He's played well at catcher tonight. So Moore takes a deep breath, glances at second, comes home. That one is low as well. 10 straight balls now. Alex Pinner, of course, out of Scottsdale Community College, will be joining the Mississippi State Bulldogs after this summer's over. 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3. 3-0. He'll get to meet his new teammate, Tanner Poole, who will come in and join the Bullfrogs once Mississippi State finishes their season out. They're currently, of course, in the NCAA tournament. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. 12 straight balls from Davis Moore. And that'll load the bases. You got to remember now, if Aaron Pleshner hadn't been called out at second, that would have been a run for the Bullfrogs. Something to keep in the back of your minds here. But the base is loaded for Ben Hart, who last night belted a homer over the left field wall. Hart tonight, 1 for 2. Was walked his last time up. There's a strike for Hart. Gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Davis Moore takes a breath and delivers the 0-1. Swung on, chopper into center field, and that'll be an easy out for Doran Turkin. The Bullfrogs leave 3 stranded here in the bottom of the 8th. 3 outs away from grabbing their second win of the season. They're going to have to get past the Mallards in the top of the 9th. You're listening to 107.1 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Well, in pump service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. And a licensed professional will come out to your site, whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines. They'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 well and pump service. Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at Oconto Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron or Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The Oconto Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Green Bay Bullfrogs, about to get underway with the top of the 9th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Frogs, Darren Kelly. His day is done, and Darren Kelly, hats off to you. Had an absolute phenomenal game, pitched 2 innings, allowed just 1 hit, and struck out 3 in 7 batters faced. On the mound is number 25 for the Bullfrogs. It'll be Nick Ohanian from Mesa Community College. This past season for the Thunderbirds, posted a 3.52 ERA, pitched 30 innings, and had 46 strikeouts. 1 save on the year, 1-2 record. Due up for the Mallards is Thomas Smart, the third baseman. Thomas Smart 0 for 3 on the night. Watches the first one go by for a ball, 1-0. So Ohanian delivers the 1-0. Swung on, fouled up and away out of the stadium, right side, 1-1.
Ball brought to you by Tri-City Glass and Door. Call 920-468-7820.
Smart stands in, the 1-1 from Ohanian. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nick Ohanian has appeared in 1 game, pitched 1 inning, allowed no earned runs, and posted 2 strikeouts. That, of course, 2 nights ago in Kenosha. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bullfrogs 2 out away from getting their revenge on the Mallards. Remember, this is the Bullfrogs team that lost to the Mallards last night. Not just lost, absolutely got dominated by the Mallards 20-1, which saw 24 hits come in for the Mallards. But the Mallards trail the Bullfrogs here 4-1 in the top of the 9th inning. Jeffrey Mitchell up to bat now for the Mallards. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it up and away, even above the press box here. 0-1.
Another full ball brought to you by Tri-City Glass and Door. Call 920-468-7820.
Jeffrey Mitchell leads the newcomer to this Mallards team. He swings at the 0-1 pitch, a beautiful breaking ball from Ohanian. Strike 2. Mallards have posted 4 hits on the night and 1 error. Mitchell swings at the 0-2, fouls it up and back. 0-2. Bullfrogs trying to snap their losing streak have dropped 4 in a row, all of which came on the road. Sabo talked about that. It was important to get a win, but it would give them some momentum going into the 4-game road trip into Michigan. And so strike 3, the second strikeout of the night for Nick Ohanian. He's faced 2 batters and has 2 Ks up on the board. The Bullfrogs just 1 out away of snapping that 4-game skid. That'll bring up Brock Weimer, the catcher. Brock Weimer, of course, out of SIUE this past season, batted .329. First pitch he sees outside for a ball, 1-0. 2 outs up on the board here. Bullfrogs, as mentioned, 1 out of way of getting out of this one and improving their record to 2-3. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Ohanian, of course, a part of this bullpen that has really meshed well together. The bus rides, they don't stop cracking jokes the entire time. 2-0 pitch, missed him, fooled him with a breaking ball, 2-1. Joked about shaving themselves mohawks for the season. I don't think anyone has one today, so they did not go in with it. 2-1 pitch comes across, breaking ball, evens it up, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 strike away from getting their second win of the season and snapping the 4-game losing streak. The 2-2, strike 3, backwards K, and Nick Ohanian faces 3 batters in the top of the 9th and strikes them all out. The Bullfrogs improved to 3-2 on the season. Connor Wallersheimer gets the win for the Bullfrogs, and Ryan Schmidt gets the loss for the Madison Mallards. We're going to step aside. Bullfrogs win 4-1. You're listening to 1071 WOCO, the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie's Stadium. Celebration playing on the loudspeakers here, and it's time to celebrate as the Bullfrogs have won their second game of the season, a much-needed win. They moved to 2-0 on the season at home and improved to 2-3, or 2-4 on the year. The Bullfrogs will travel off to Kalamazoo to face off against the Kalamazoo Growlers after they play 2 games against the Battle Creek Bombers on Monday and Tuesday. Getting the win for the Bullfrogs is, of course, starting pitcher Connor Wallersheim. He pitched 6 innings, allowed just 3 hits, 1 run, and had 6 strikeouts. Darren Kelly came in for 2 innings of relief, allowed just 1 hit, and tallied up 3 strikeouts. And Nick Ohanian finishes off the game and gets the save, striking out the last 3 batters in the top of the 9th. For the Madison Mallards, getting the loss will be Ryan Smith. He pitched 4 innings, allowed no earned runs, but 1 run came across. Getting lost will be Savino. Savino came in and pitched 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and had 1 strikeout. Your Aurora Baycare player of the night is going to have to be Aaron Pleschner. Aaron Pleschner went 2 for 3, or rather, it went 1 for 3, had 2 runs and 1 base, and was, excuse me, if I can get this out, and we'll get 1, and had 1 walk. There it is. I'm so excited from the win for the Bullfrogs, I can't get it out. Troy Johnston had an amazing debut as well. Went 1 for 3, had 3 RBIs, and was walked for 3.33 batting average. So that will just about do it here in Green Bay. The Madison Mallards will travel off to face off against Kalamazoo, and the Green Bay Bullfrogs will travel to Michigan for a 4-game road stand. This has been it, and Green Bay, the Green Bay Bullfrogs defeat the Madison Mallards 4-1. They improved to 2-4 on the year. The Mallards drop to 2-4 as well. You've been listening to the Green Bay Radio Network, 107.1 WOCO. You can catch WCO's Martini Mix program. That'll be heard in about 30 minutes, all here on 107.1 WOCO. This has been Nolan Knight. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow, 6:35.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dolan at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Wisconsin law requires all youth athlete organizations to educate coaches, athletes, and parents on the risks of concussions and head injuries. The law prohibits participation in a youth activity until the athlete and parents have signed an agreement sheet indicating they have reviewed concussion and head injury information materials. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has published a Sideline to Safety Guidelines for youth athletic organizations. Visit the WIAA website to learn more at www.wiaawi.org.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
That has been Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WLCO Stereo FM. Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Saskatchewan, and Anderson, the NW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance.